What's up, YouTube? Robert the Corner Drop here. I'm gonna run through Monday Night Raw, coming to us live from Ohio. And really, there was a lot of this that could have just as easily not happened, because really it didn't matter, but you know, it is what it is. And with Raw now off the air, I can say that it wasn't a bad show. I would say, you know, a solid, 4 out of 5, because there were some points where they had people on the show that didn't matter. You know, just this unerring, unfailing situation where you got guys on the show that are in go-nowhere segments. But let's go. Start the show off with a replay of the Strowman-Roman segment from last week, where Strowman came in there and beat down Roman, threw him into some stuff, threw him off the loading dock on the stretcher, flipped over the ambulance. Braun Strowman comes out, starts, talking, and then, the crowd is... I don't know if this was real. Like, it sounded like a mix, like boos and cheers, but it also sounded like they may have fixed the audio for that, like pumped in some boos to counteract the cheers and muted the cheers a bit. But he starts talking about what he did to Roman last week and how they got a match at Payback, and Roman's not there, broke his ribs, separated shoulder, all that fun stuff. Kurt Angle, talks about that. Kurt Angle comes out, the standard you suck chance, and apparently he's like, he likes that. He's really good with it. So, that's him. He comes in, sets the match for Strowman and Roman at Payback, but tells Braun to take the night off. He's like, give me competition or else. And Angle's like, or else what? And that's the thing. Kurt Angle, you can almost read it on him that he's itching to do something like that. Like, he wants to get back into that role, into that model, but he can't, because they won't let him. He just kind of rolls out the ring. They announced the #1 contender Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Championship happening later that night. The next match is actually going to be Chris Jericho versus Samoa Joe, with Seth Rollins on commentary. They talk about the match at WrestleMania. They talk about, Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins being set for Payback. And that's cool, Yeah, there's a back and forth in the match. They go to commercial, they come back. Samoa Joe's is back on offense. He's really being dominant. Chris Jericho didn't get a lot in, Tried to put him in the walls a couple times. One time actually succeeded, but Samoa Joe managed to, get out of it. And then when Jericho tried to put him in it again, he just completely turned it in. You just... boom, time to finish this. Gets out, puts Jericho in the coquina clutch, drags him down to the ground. Jericho actually tries to use that to pin Samoa Joe, but it doesn't work. And then, he locks it in deep with the legs, a full rear naked choke. Taps out. He then cuts a promo on Seth Rollins. Joe cuts a promo on Seth Rollins. It was beautiful. basically really playing up the hitman role. Like, listen, I came back and I went after you because I was told to by my benefactor Triple H. He was like, listen, I want you to hit this guy, and I did. But you made it personal because you went after Triple H and you put Stephanie through a table at WrestleMania. So I'm gonna enjoy hurting you at Payback. So, and then there was like they actually let Rollins say Payback's a bitch. Not much, but hey, something. The club pass Elias Sampson on their way to face Golden Truth. I don't think they're going to do anything with Elias Sampson, although if I were to book it just to give it something, I would actually book him to kind of, sorry, it's late for me, to kind of feud with Kurt Hawkins to start with. Could be fine, but, and I'll get back to that here in a minute. Golden Truth are on their way to face Gallows and Anderson, and they get demolished by Braun Strowman. Like, Goldust gets put through a fence. Truth gets beat the crap out of. So they go to commercial, they come back, and clubs out there, they make a United Airlines reference. You know, not really all that funny, but they had to, right? Enzo and Cass come out. You know, they cut their usual promo. It's not that it's not catchy, it's just that they've got to start winning. I'm okay with Enzo and Cass being, you know, helping another team, but neither of these teams are going anywhere. And this feud isn't doing anything for anyone, so... we go to commercial, because they start out, and right before the commercial, the commentators make mention of the fact that Dawson broke his jaw, and he's gonna be out for a couple months. I mean, that has to hurt. You know, I'm pretty sure they had plans for these guys to start making their way into the tag title picture, but now they can't because Dawson's hurt. Dawson's broken jaw is going to stop it, and that's sad because these guys deserve it. But you know, these things are kind of inevitable. We come back and Enzo is just getting crushed. There was a big boot by Cass to, I think it was Gallows, that it looked painful for both of them, because Gallows took it, and he took it right, you know, took it on the top of the chest and it slid off, and that's fine, that's how you want to take that. But because of the way that they did it, they had both of the guys flip out, but he kind of landed a little wrong and it didn't look good, you know. I really hope these guys aren't trying to kill themselves just to put on a good match. Anderson did one of the other ones did a weird top rope spot to Enzo, like splashed his knee, like had him, like I think Enzo was going for another DDT. He picks him up, walks him over a couple steps to the corner, slams him down on the top rope so his legs hit and kind of folds forward, and then drags him to the middle of the ring, rolls him up, hooks the tights. 1, 2, 3, Gallows, Anderson win. It doesn't accomplish anything, but it's nice. There was Miz TV with Dean Ambrose tonight. They really went the reality blurring line where Miz is talking about the fact that, you know, Dean Ambrose has a lot of talent, but he's kind of complacent, that he's been WWE champion. He's done things in this industry. He's earned those rights, but when he gets there, he hasn't done anything with it. And then Dean shoots back, and the clapback by Dean was, "I don't care. I'll do it. I'll do this in front of 20 people. I'll do it in front of 2,000 people. I show up and I wrestle because I love to wrestle. I don't care if I'm bleeding, if I'm sweating, if I'm crying about it, because crying out in pain because I love this business. I love what I do. Getting my ass kicked, kicking ass doesn't matter. I do this because I love it." It was great. The only part that I didn't really was the big contrived setup for the brawl, because every single one of these things ends in a brawl, so why break tradition, right? Miz is like facing the corner. He's addressing he's talking to Dean, but he's not looking at him. And Dean's already handed the mic to Maurice, and he's pulled off his jacket, and he set the title down, folded it under, set it down, started pulling everything out of the jacket, set it on top of the title, pulls off the jacket, folds it, you know, kind of flexing his arms. And Dean's not a small guy. He's wiry strong. And he's holding his folded jacket right there, waiting for the Miz to turn. While the Miz is, you know, going off about Dean being, you know, just the worst champion and all these things. Throws the jacket at Maurice, starts fighting Miz. Maurice hits him in the back with the microphone. He turns to, you know, berate her. Miz goes for the skull-crushing finale. Dean counters, going for dirty deeds. Miz rolls out. Dean stands tall. It doesn't matter. Strowman is seen dragging Kalisto backstage. Well, what the hell else are you using Kalisto for? You're not going to put him in 205 Live like you fucking should. But no, let's use him for Braun Strowman. It's going to be okay. Braun Strowman says, "Roman Reigns is trash, and now so are you." Oh my God, that's the best. Picks him up, throws him in the big cart, and as he's like kind of strutting around, Big Show comes, blindsides him, throws him into the wall. He's like, "Why don't you pick on somebody your own size?" Okay, that's good. Angle makes the main event for the evening, Strowman versus the Big Show. We get Perkins versus Gallagher, Gentleman Jack, and Lillian Garcia announces the fact, or whatever her name is, announces the fact that Neville is going to make this a special occasion, as he's going to sit at ringside. The hell? Join commentary, dude. Isn't that what you normally do? Isn't that how it normally works? No? Whatever. Austin Aries comes out and announces himself as, you know, we're going to make this special night even more special because I'm going to sit down at ringside too. Sure, why not? Let's have the rest of the let's have the rest of the cruiserweight division that matters out here. Oh wait, we already have them all except for Brian Kendrick. He pulls out he gets one of the steel chairs from, offside, off camera, and sets it beside Austin Aries, breaks out a banana. Now I remember, I forget who it was, I think it was JD, mentioned he doesn't know why Austin Aries does the thing with the banana. I think that, having worked in a banana into the thing to let the Redditors know, hey, I watch, I listen, you guys are awesome. Dude, salute. And he keeps using it. I guess it's kind of a thing where I was listening and I worked this in once and now they want me to keep doing it. So I'm going to keep doing it. He breaks out a banana and he offers it to Neville. I guess he was trying to be like the baby face. I'm going to be a good guy here. And Neville takes his chair, scoots it way on the other ring post. Then he starts eating it. Perkins wins this after because there was a point where Gallagher got thrown into Aries. Aries got pissed, stood up like he was going to go do something. He's on the ring apron. Neville comes, knocks his legs out from under him. They're scrapping on the outside and arguing, and the ref's like, hey, no, you guys better stop this, admonishing them. Perkins kicks the second rope into Gallagher's face and then hits him with the detonator kick. And 1, 2, 3, he wins. Titus O'Neil is seen backstage talking to Apollo Crews and starts making these horrible puns. Is this what they have to deal with backstage? Stop. No wonder you're not on TV. Nobody wants to see you. The Hardys are interviewed. Matt can't help but be broken. He slips in and out of the accent, terrific. Still does, the motions and still has the mannerisms in the face. I can tell, he's worked hard to go back to being Matt Hardy, but after so long of doing the broken Matt Hardy gimmick, he can't help it. It is who he is. I don't think he's really insane. I think he's brilliant. I think he's waiting. He's just counting the hours until the Anthem lawsuit is over and he can finally go back to the gimmick that brought him money. The gimmick that will, on day one, sell out WWEshop.com. It will absolutely be back ordered for months. There will be merch out the ears. I mean, when you look, I haven't looked on there personally, but I imagine there's probably only, buy your necklace, buy the shirt, and that's it. There's going to be so much broken stuff. I think that everything that was on Matt Hardy's shop from when he was selling his own merchandise is now going through the process of vetting and getting sold to WWE, and the licensing for that is already, kind of their gimmick, so they're gonna do it again. I can't wait to see Reby. I can't wait to see Senor Benjamin and King Maxwell and Vanguard 1 and Brother Nero. This is going to be glorious. It's going to be amazing. And I think that what they're going to do is they're going to let the Hardys run with the titles until such a time as the lawsuit's over. When the lawsuit's over, they're going to lose the tag team titles, and that's when they're going to go broken again. It'll be great. I don't care, really. Sheamus mentions the fact that because Sheamus and Cesaro come up and they're basically doing the whole face thing, like, oh man, I can't believe I get to face. Cesaro's doing the whole, I can't believe I get to face one of the WWE legends, you know, a guy like Jeff Hardy. This is a dream match. I'm so excited. And Sheamus is like, yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to beat you guys at Payback and for the WWE Tag Team titles. And, you know, that'll really be good for us. You know, it's whatever it is. The Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Championship #1 contendership starts. Don't care. Alexa Bliss steals it at the end because Nia Jax hits Sasha Banks with the Samoan drop. Bliss comes in, drop kicks Jax in the face, hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3, done. Don't care. Doesn't matter. Big Show is interviewed, short, sweet, to the point. He says he's going to beat Braun Strowman. Kurt Hawkins is in the ring. He's a fucking joke. What? I even wrote it here. Kurt Hawkins is a joke. What? What the hell is he still on the roster for? Why? And then this match happens. Finn Balor comes out and swiftly beats the fuck out of him. Perfect. Enhancement talent is needed. And the thing that gets me is they've all throughout the night there was about 2 or 3 times where they made mention of the fact that tomorrow night when I do this review I will have to cover a fatal 4-way. I'm sorry, a 6-pack challenge for the WWE Championship #1 contendership. I think it was like Dolph Ziggler, Jinder Mahal, Mojo Rawley. You know what? Who would I want to see face Randy Orton? To be truthful, to give the guy what he deserves, make it Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton, probably going for 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. I'd be fine with it if Sami Zayn won. Because, well, no, he can't. He can't win. That's the thing. It's what has to happen is this: the holdover pattern, the holdover pattern feud is going to be AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. AJ Styles is going to lose. You know, fuckery, whatever, heel tactics, don't care. Go for it. You want to go there? Fine. The next person who needs to get into a feud and win, Baron Corbin. Pull the whole Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman storyline. X out Strowman, right? Baron Corbin, do that right there with the U.S. title and have Baron Corbin hold it. Hold it to Money in the Bank. Win Money in the Bank. Just decisively win. Hold the briefcase until the night of the Royal Rumble where he cashes in, wins. I think, yeah, we do have a pay-per-view between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, so yeah. Randy Orton gets his rematch, loses, and you get, Elimination Chamber. Randy Orton loses, AJ Styles wins, faces Shinsuke Nakamura for the championship. Beautiful. Do it that way. AJ v Nakamura at WrestleMania 34. Perfect. Book it. Because here's the thing about Shinsuke. You don't need him in a lot of matches. And I don't think he's going to be in the six-pack challenge, but he doesn't need to be. In fact, I don't want to see him in that match. As much as I want to see another Shinsuke match, because Shinsuke's matches are good. No. You know what the next match, the one match I want to see Shinsuke in? Just announce it now. Shinsuke versus Sami Zayn 2. Let Daniel Bryan get word from one of them and be like, hey, remember that great match we had at NXT Dallas? I want to do that again. You sent me away with one of the greatest matches that I've seen in a long time. Let's do it again. Jericho is being interviewed getting back to the show, and I never noticed on like the inside of his arm, because if I have to go to SmackDown because I win the U.S. Championship, fine, I'll be the best face of America there is. Frame it in, man. And right here he's got like this Canadian flag tattoo, and it's a damn good work. But I'd never noticed it before. Elias Samson walks through the background after basically a Looney Tunes skit where, duck season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, rabbit season, duck season, fire. He's about to put the interviewer on the list, and he hears the Drifter come through playing the guitar. He's like, you know what happens when you interrupt a Chris Jericho promo? You just made the list. Great. Bray Wyatt's promo. The thing about Bray Wyatt is he buys in 100% to the character. He is Bray Wyatt 24/7, 365. He can't turn it off, just like Matt Hardy, and that's why both of those characters work. And I get so fucking sick of the fact that he gets screwed. He does amazing promo work, great matches, can't win at a pay-per-view, and he's gonna get screwed at Payback. This House of Horrors match doesn't matter. It sucks. I shouldn't know that Bray Wyatt has no chance, but he's on Raw, Randy Orton's on SmackDown. Randy Orton should have refused. Like, dude, no. Go away. I don't have to take you. I don't have to give you anything. Yeah, it might be in your contract. Go take it up with Kurt Angle. He's the one who screwed you out of a championship, and then build like Bray Wyatt wants some retribution, wants some compensation, and it turns out that his compensation is he gets Dean Ambrose because they can't give him Brock Lesnar. Can't do it. Brock won't have it. Something like that. It'd be great. Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro. Looked like very early on Jeff hurt his ankle. They go back and forth. It's a good match. It really is. It was a really good match. I could have swore at one point that Matt called Jeff Brother Nero. It was great. I mean, technically his middle name is Nero, so, and especially like if being brothers, instead of calling him Jeff like everybody would, calling him Nero, being that brother thing, that works for me. Jeff, after, laboriously getting his ass handed to him for most of the match, ends up hitting the Swanton Bomb, hook the leg, 1, 2, 3. No foolery here, no fuckery. Just a good, clean, straight match. And post-match, they shake hands, which was kind of a, Matt was very wary of the whole thing, especially because Cesaro, Sheamus, stuck the hand out. And Matt, being a veteran of the company, is like, I don't know if I trust you, but okay, we're going to shake hands on this. It was very good match. So, main event, Strowman versus Big Show. These guys did some stuff that they shouldn't have been doing. Like, Strowman did a fucking kip up. How does a big man like that do a kip up? I can't do a kip up. I have never managed to do a kip up ever. I've tried. I had my instructors try and teach me how to do a kip up. I can't do a kip up. But Braun motherfucking Strowman can do a goddamn kip up. Strap in, it's gonna get worse. Big Show actually managed to do, I forget what it was, that it was like I think he hit a belly to back suplex, and then Strowman actually hit a straight out suplex. These guys are doing things like, there was an arm drag. There was 2 arm drags that Strowman did on Big Show. The first one was, a legit arm drag takedown. Just textbook, the way you're supposed to do it. The second one, it didn't look like he got all of it. And from this point on, it really looked like Big Show was hurt. He looked very pained a lot of the match. So I don't know if he actually, legit hurt something. Yeah. Oh, I wrote this down. A notable octave shift between the "Let's go Big Show" to the "Let's go Strowman" chants. It's like, are all the kids and chicks chanting for Big Show who hasn't been relevant in years? And all the smarks in the crowd are chanting "Let's go Strowman." I'm okay with that. Perfectly fine. Let's do this. Buy into it 100%. Let's go. They when they first set up for this, they set up for a superplex. Strowman being on the receiving end of this, everybody in the arena busted out with yes chants. Just straight in yes. They wanted to see this. It got countered. They moved around. I feel like they reset for the spot, and then the second time, because the first time they did it, Strowman, again, pardon me, been a long day. Strowman goes to jump off with a flying nothing, gets caught into a chokeslam by the Big Show. The second time, he gets caught into a knockout punch. The fact that I had to say that he got caught twice by this has got to say that, he kicked out both times. They get Strowman in there again, and Strowman this time catches Big Show because after the knockout punch, bro, Big Show's like, what the fuck do I gotta do to put this guy down? Because the second time he caught him square on the top of the chin, You could see like his beard wasn't straight anymore, it was pushed out. So it was like, no, he got caught. He goes to go for like I guess Booker T mentioned it, like that he had a top rope elbow drop or leg drop or something. And Strowman gets up there and superplexes the Big Show. 1, the fact that he could do it. 2, they did something they haven't done since, 90s. The ring collapsed. He didn't fall through the ring. The whole thing, when he hit the thing, all four bottom ring, three out of the four bottom ring posts, except for the one they'd been standing on, popped out. The whole ring flattened and was kind of tilted. Braun Strowman eventually managed to get back up, but Big Show did not. And your final image for the night was Braun Strowman standing victorious and, roaring at the crowd from the top of the ramp as the EMTs and everybody are working on him. And I'm thinking, the match isn't over. Nobody won. I mean, technically you could say since Braun Strowman got to his feet first, the Big Show was probably knocked out and couldn't respond. Therefore, Braun Strowman wins by breaking the ring. But still, Jesus Christ. I'm glad they didn't bring out Roman Reigns, because I was afraid of that when I heard that this match was starting, and especially when I looked at the time at when it was starting. I'm like, oh God, they're going to have Braun Strowman lose via distraction. Roman Reigns is going to come limping out, and he's going to be like in a sling or something, and no, don't do it. And they didn't. To their credit, they didn't do it. So, we dodged a bullet for this week. We didn't have to see Roman Reigns come out. Personally, I'd wait until the Go Home Raw for Payback, which is next week. At the very end, like Braun Strowman's put into a handicap match, Big Show. Too bad Jinder Mahal's not there anymore. Big Show and some other big beefy guy. Wow, I just realized this. They don't really have any more big beefy guys, because if it was, pre-shakeup, I probably would have said Big E and Big Show, because Big E's a big guy. Or Jinder Mahal, because Jinder Mahal's a steroid freak. But they don't have any big guys except for Big Cass. And when you're doing this old-fashioned strongman wrestling kind of thing, you need big beefy boys. How about this? A 4-on-1 handicap match. Braun Strowman, Big Show, Golden Truth, and Kalisto, all versus Braun Strowman. And at the end, like, he's breaking everybody, and Show's still not 100%. And Roman Reigns comes out at the end, doesn't do anything. He's not in his ring gear. He just comes out, arm in a sling, and you can see him. He's debating it. Like, Strowman's standing in the ring, and like Big Show's behind him on the ropes or something, and he starts smack talking Roman, standing at the top of the ramp, and Roman's like, because he's wearing an arm sling and he's got his ribs taped, and he's not wearing the vest. He like, do I dare? He takes off the thing he's wearing, like a super brace, all the way down his arm. Flexes his hand. Starts walking down towards the ring, slow. And then turns around. He eats like a knockout punch into like something that Golden Truth and R-Truth, Golden Truth and Kalisto can do at the same time, like a triple drop kick or something, and then done. 1, 2, 3, Strowman loses. And I mean, putting in that it took 5 men basically to beat Strowman is not a bad thing. But then again, I don't have the faith in the WWE booking that they could do that. Well, that was your Raw review. 5 out of 10, maybe. It wasn't it? The fact that the ring collapsed and that they did some of the things they used to do with that, you know, the backstage segments were good. I don't know when we're going to see Elias Sampson, and he needs to like face Kurt Hawkins. Let us get to know the Drifter. He's just walking around backstage right now. We don't know who he is. Do something in the ring. Show us why you're here. You are not musical entertainment. You are not Pitbull. You are not Flo Rida. You can't show up like this. Do something worth it. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all those wonderful things. And I will see you all tomorrow night for Tuesday Night SmackDown. See ya.